The centrality of agriculture to Indiana's economy is something that we're very familiar with. It was no less true for early medieval Europe. That too was a predominantly agricultural society. But along with a vital agricultural economy, there was a technological innovation, a single invention that transformed that economy and created the society that we call the feudal system. That technological innovation was the stirrup. It was unknown in classical antiquity. The Greeks and the Romans were unfamiliar with it. It seems to have developed in Central Asia, but we know that by the 600s, people were using it in Europe. We found it iron stirrups in grave sites in Prussia and Lithuania, and we suspect that it then spread slowly throughout Europe. What is interesting about the stirrup, and so terribly important, is that it made mounted shock combat possible. And when this invention was coupled with the agricultural of the feudal system, we were able to create an entirely new kind of society in Western civilization. The stirrup made possible mounted shock combat. That meant that the knight could sit firmly in the saddle and therefore, employing a lance, use the weight of the horse to overpower any infantryman that stood against him. In that sense, it meant that for a millennium, the knight was the most powerful figure on the field of battle. And it created an entirely new system of society, the feudal system. And when we look at the pyramid of the feudal system, we'll see how the agricultural base of this society helped keep the knight and the horse well fed and prepared to defend society against any comers.
The Video Information System, or VIS, allows professors to introduce visual elements into their presentations while maintaining control over timing and use during class. VIS links 200 classrooms throughout the campus to an electronic switching center. Professors pre-schedule their visual materials that are channeled to a specific classroom at a designated time. When class begins, the professor uses a push-button panel to control the playback. Each room is equipped with a monitor with remote capabilities, and at the touch of a button, the user can switch from videotapes to slides and back again, using more than one element during a presentation. The system is menu-driven and provides the flexibility to start, stop, fast-forward, rewind, and pause, just like a home VCR. In the event of technical trouble, the VIS includes a built-in phone line to the switching center that allows the faculty to talk with technical staff, who can correct most problems immediately. At Ball State, the custom-designed presentations are developed in-house by a staff of media specialists working hand-in-hand with individual instructors. Their productions become part of an electronic library available for future use by any faculty member. With this technology, electronic classroom presentations are simple to produce, easy to use, and always available.
AT&T is a company which is emerging as a leader in the information movement management business. At the same time, Ball State is emerging as a leader in the application of information technology in the world of education. And so I'm here today to join in this announcement of a partnership between two emerging leaders. And that, indeed, I believe, is a noteworthy occasion.
Over the last couple of years, I've discovered that, in fact, the technology frees me to do a lot of things in the classroom that I simply couldn't do before. For example, we zoom in on archaeological artifacts to show students in ways that they couldn't see even if they were in a museum. I've been able to produce computer graphics that demonstrate things a lot more efficiently than when I used to scrawl them on a blackboard, and I can bring them back up again immediately too. And in terms of scoring, they seem to score as well, if not better, than in the traditional classroom. So I think that it's really excited a lot of students on campus, and certainly has made me a new teacher in a lot of ways, more efficient, and psychologically I feel like I have an ally and a teaching assistant in the technology.
For the past 5 years, I've been a professor in the College of Business using advanced technologies in the MBA program. And I found two major advantages in using these technologies in the classroom. One is the fact that we can highlight so many things with our graphic artists on the screen, which catches the attention of the students. And it gives them a chance to look up and take notes on only the most important items I'm trying to highlight in the lecture. A second major advantage is the fact that I can cover so much more information using the screens. In other words, I can encapsulate my notes on the screen in one version, not using an overhead projector or a chalkboard with as much work as you ordinarily do in a classroom. So this gives the professor a chance to put more things on the screen, cover more material in the same amount of a time lecture, and yet get more accomplished in the long run.
With our tradition of excellent teaching, ASCU institutions are in an excellent position to lead the way in the development and use of telecommunications technology. Teaching is what we do best. We get our identity from the excellent classroom instruction we provide from our faculty, who are teacher scholars and not scholars who sometimes teach.